Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Jonathan, and to my returning subscribers, welcome back, my friends. Welcome back. In today's video, I want to talk about how to deal with massive letdowns during your spiritual awakening. Let's get started. The reason I want to talk about this past week, this is exactly what happened to me this past week. And this wasn't something that I was trying to manifest, but it was something that I was hoping for. And all of a sudden, there was this huge letdown. It appeared to me as though everything was aligning for this to happen. But then it didn't. Then all of a sudden, started to get extremely sad, started to get anger, had all these negative emotions. And at the time, I was riding a high wave. At the time, I was feeling great. But then when I heard the news, I was around other individuals. Therefore, I had to suppress those emotions. But immediately afterwards, I began to let those emotions. I'm going to be honest with you. I had to purge. I had to physically allow this to be released because I thought that was the quickest and easiest path forward. So I started to purge. And this is what I encourage you to do is whenever something just does not work out during your spiritual journey, whenever it just seems that you're going to be heading down one path, but then all of a sudden that door closed and now you have to take another path, allow yourself to release those emotions. Do not suppress them. The quicker you're able to start to release those emotions, the quicker the answers are going to be coming in as far as here's the life lesson you're meant to learn. Here's exactly why this door closed, and now you are going to experience this. And that's exactly what I did. I gave myself permission to purge because I knew that in the long run it was the best thing to do, because by suppressing these emotions, the longer they are suppressed, the harder it's going to be to release them, because you're going to have a lot more fear that's going to be instilled within you about whatever past event has caused this pain. Therefore, I allow myself to purge. I gave myself permission to release this. And not only this, I put the question out to the universe. Why did things unfold in this way? Why wasn't that door open? And this is something that I have struggled with for many, many years prior to my spiritual awakening, where I'm working hard towards something. I'm putting a lot of time and energy and effort into a project. And then all of a sudden it seems like it's going to realize itself. I can literally feel it in my hands, but then it gets taken away. I'm talking about that false joy, that false hope, that false sense of hope that comes forth. And that's why my vibrations dropped so drastically when this event unfolded the way that it did. Because the truth of the matter is, I had absolutely no control over this event. The only control I had was how I was going to react to this. But this triggered something within me about my past, about all the struggles that I've had. Like I said, when you're working towards something, all of a sudden it just crumbles. Nothing seems to go your way. And I dipped into that victim mentality. I'm going to tell you this, when this news hit me, it hit me hard. My vibrations came crashing down. I had this intense level of sadness. I dipped, it was only for a few hours, but I literally dipped into this victim mentality, beginning to feel depressed. And that's why I was telling myself, I must release this right now. And this was the fastest that I've ever gone through this cycle. As far as purging, taking in the life lessons, getting my vibrations back up, and now becoming more optimistic than ever as far as the future moving forward. But it was the simple fact that I did not resist. It was a simple fact that I felt that emotion when I was able to. I had to suppress it for a bit because I was around other individuals. When I was able to, I released it, put that question out to the universe, and then I started to get the answers. And then that, just receiving those answers automatically raised my vibrations back up and made me feel even more optimistic about the future. And the truth of the matter is, sometimes we must be tested. Sometimes we must go seemingly through painful situations in order to begin to truly discover ourselves at a much deeper level, to truly begin to discover how powerful we truly are, how courageous we are, how much self-worth we're able to gain and create more and more self-love and begin to set those boundaries. Because oftentimes, this is exactly what happens. Oftentimes, you're not able to set those boundaries, therefore, people enter it and abuse it. But by going through these painful situations, you're able to start to discover more and more. As an example, what is it that you'll tolerate and what won't you tolerate? In an example, in a relationship, how is it that you want to show your love and how is it that you want to receive it? It allows you to understand things at a far deeper level. Because the truth of the matter, as far as this spiritual awakening journey, it's truly about discovering who we are at a soul level, beginning to remember all the past lives that we've had, beginning to remember how powerful our spiritual gifts are, amping them up and using them for good. And if you've experienced similar painful situations over and over again, it's time to take a step back, give yourself permission to release, to let those emotions out, and put that question out to the universe. What was I meant to learn during these situations? Because the truth of the matter is, we keep reliving the same situations until we gain the deeper understanding, until we gain the life lesson out of this. And what's important as far as this spiritual journey that we're on, it's about not resisting. Not resisting and seeing everything that's coming forth as something being done for you, not against you. And sometimes it just seems like you're heading in one direction. This is the path that you should be on. But then there's a shortcut, an unknowing shortcut. But you're going to have to go through a period of time where you are going to be feeling uncomfortable. You might be going through something painful, but it's going to give you more and more answers. It's going to help build your character. It's going to help allow you to become more and more resilient. Because all these things that are occurring to you, they're occurring for you in order to discover more and more of who you are. And it's just like this river right here. You might want to always stay on that river, but guess what? Sometimes it might branch off. And it might seem I'm completely off my course, but then what you're not aware of is further down that river hangs a left. Therefore, you're taking a shortcut. So start viewing things like this. Start viewing your journey this way. And anytime you're unsure exactly what's going on, whether it's connecting with your angels and your guides, putting the question out to God, to the universe, put that question out there and then meditate on it, or put that question out there and just sit quietly or go out in nature and wait for the answers to come. And as you start to do this, you're no longer resisting, therefore you're not keeping yourself trapped in a victim mentality. You're not staying in survival mode. Like I could have done this past week. This past week, my emotions dropped so much, I literally could have went into a mini depression for possibly several weeks, maybe for a month, looking like, oh, why did the universe have to do this to me? This was the path, this was the only way. But I didn't resist. I took a step back. I became more of an observer. And that's why I was able to release those emotions. And now it's okay, what am I meant to learn out of this? And the gift I was given as far as the lesson, what I'm meant to learn or what I will be going through over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months is much more precious than if I would have taken that seemingly shortcut, because it really wasn't a shortcut. It might have been the easiest route, but it wasn't the best route as far as character development for myself, as far as discovering more and more at a deeper level who I truly am. And I haven't mentioned this yet, but 2021 is going to be all about changes. 2021 is going to be all about being able to step into the unknown without feeling that fear. Being able to step into the unknown with that childlike excitement. Becoming more and more comfortable stepping out of your comfort zone. And as you start to do this more and more, you're going to start to tap into your heart chakra. Because as far as if you've just recently had your spiritual awakening, and put it to this way, are you considering that you're thriving in life right now, or are you still in survival mode? Are you still in lack? Are you living in abundance, or are you living in lack? Because the truth of the matter, as far as thriving, Thriving in life has got nothing to do with having all the materialistic goods that you want. Has nothing to do with having $1 million in your bank account. What it has to do is living a passionate, meaningful life. Having created, if that's what you desire, a peaceful environment. Enjoying life to the fullest and becoming more of an observer, realizing all these situations are happening for you. So in 2021, you're going to be seeing unexpected changes that are going to be coming up, and it's how you react to them that's going to dictate how quickly you're going to get through your journey as far as beginning to bring forth your manifestations. Because the truth of the matter is, right now you might have an idea as far as what is it that you want to manifest, but until you're truly able to tap into your heart space, you truly do not know. Because right now it might be you want to have a mansion as an example. Well, guess what? In a year from now, after you've evolved, after you've raised your vibration, after you've discovered yourself at a deeper level, it might be all of a sudden, I want to have this little log cabin out in the country, but I want a lot of land. I want to be out in nature. And that's why, as far as situations, when it seems like you're going through painful situations, it seems like the universe is out to get you. Think about what are you meant to learn during this difficult period, because the majority of the time, that's exactly what it is. You're just meant to discover yourself at a deeper level. You're meant to understand how you're meant to move forward as far as from your heart space, not from rationally thinking, not from this matrix around here as far as what we consider success, but truly tapping into your heart space and beginning to move forward out of love, joy, and bliss. Beginning to move forward with what is that you're passionate about, what is it that you enjoy. And once you embrace this and you let go of any resistance when something happens to come forth, you're going to notice this. All of a sudden, seemingly bad situations will come up and you're automatically going to release it. You're going to understand right away, oh, this is exactly why it's happening. Just like the situation that just happened with me this week. I was able to clear all that. This was all done within a 12-hour period. Purging, beginning to take in the information, re-raising my vibrations back up, and now getting ready to continue to push forward with even more excitement than before. Because I'm going to be honest with you, the last month or so, it's been pretty still. It's been a pretty even playing field, whereas not much has really been happening. Well, now I'm excited more than ever to be able to push forth in this new direction that I wasn't aware of before. And that's exactly what I'm extremely grateful for, is having seen a new path that's going to lead me down, that I'm going down, that's going to be bringing forth even more excitement, even more pleasurable events. So quick recap. You've been dealt a bad hand. You've gone through a painful situation. You've just received a major letdown. Allow those emotions to come out. No matter if it's sadness, anger, rage, frustration, doesn't matter. Let that emotion out. If it's going to be anger or anything like this, any type of aggressive emotions, let it out in a healthy way. Okay? Go to the gym. Do some bench pressing. I don't know. Go for a run. Find a way to release this in a positive way. And then put that question out to the universe. Ask God, ask your angels, what life lesson am I meant to learn from this? Because once you learn the life lesson, you're never going to have to relive it. You're never going to have to go through the exact same situation. And do not resist what's coming up. Everything that's happening is happening for you. And not only this, sometimes your dreams might be too small. Right now, at this stage of your spiritual awakening, you might be too close-minded as far as what is it that you truly want to have come forth. Clear that inventory out of your heart, tap into your heart space, and then you're truly going to understand exactly what is it that you want to manifest. Well, I love you guys. You guys have an awesome day. Namaste.